Alors, salut Madame Geneviève, merci beaucoup. Oui. Et est-ce que tu veux partager un peu en français?
Et je m'appelle Geneviève, j'ai 66 ans, et j'habite à Los Gatos, en Californie. Le Bonjour Brigitte, c'est très bon parce que je parle avec les amis, c'est très bon et j'apprends beaucoup. C'est amusant.
Excellent. Et tu aimes voyager, oui?
Oui, j'aime voyager beaucoup. J'ai voyagé à France 4 fois et à l'Angleterre.
Madame Geneviève, I guess you said this in French, but briefly en anglais. What made you interested in learning French, français?
When we have traveled to France, I thought my French was, I'm going to say, okay, that I could ask questions. They understood me, but they answered me in English. And of
Oh,
course, I wanted to practice my French, and so and my vocabulary and my ability to say idioms was very limited. So I wanted to speak conversationally, not just some of the programs like Babbel and those. They teach you how to get to the toilet and that sort of things. But for instance, when we were in France the last time in Provence, there was a terrible storm and the power was wiped out. So I had to be able to call them and let them know that our power was out. We had a nice little conversation, but it would have been nice to be more specific with him. I was definitely fumbling for my words. We got our point across, we got it fixed, but you don't always need the basic words. Sometimes you need a little bit more.
and Madame Geneviève, what made you decide to join the Bonjour Brigitte program?
That it forced me to speak. If I had to give my biggest endorsement, the individual lessons are great, but the best thing is talking, and everybody is very forgiving. If you make a mistake, it's no big deal. And I was very fearful of that before, that I would be lost in the shuffle and wouldn't know what's going on. My ability to answer a question and form the phrases has really improved.
And everyone adores working with you. You know, you're so friendly and your passion for français is just, we can feel it through the screen.
J'adore le français.
Merci beaucoup. And how have you enjoyed the Bonjour Brigitte program so far?
Very good. So I began in the beginning of December. So it's been what, middle of December, 2.5 months.
Mm.
And you've added lessons on, and some of them I've listened to multiple times. It's so nice to have that. I know it's there. I can go back and just listen anytime to it.
Wow. Merci beaucoup, Madame Geneviève. And what's been your favorite part of the program so far?
The Conversation Cafe. It takes it to that next level. So many of the programs, it's just repeating back. This challenges you in a very good way.
Wait, excellent. And then, like you said, if you need to go back and review, you always have the lessons. Madame Geneviève, it's been such a privilege to watch you grow because I remember back when you joined in December, you were speaking, but maybe you were a bit shy. And now you're just speaking with so much confidence and it's just flowing,
Yeah.
off the tip of your tongue. It's wonderful.
Well, it's a little funny when I get off the Conversation Cafe and I'll go downstairs and my husband will ask me a question and I'll answer it all in French. And he's like, but I don't speak any French. And I'm like, well, I'm just practicing. Maybe he will get some by osmosis. It's always in a very positive atmosphere.
That's wonderful. And that's exactly, what we strive for. We want to build people up, not tear them down. Would you recommend this program to others?
I would definitely recommend it, especially to those individuals who maybe have spoken a little bit of French before, and they want to take that next step, that maybe they took a year in high school or a couple of years, or they went to France and they learned a few phrases. Because I think the more invested and the more interested you are, the better it is. I think some people look at this kind of program and say, well, I already know some of this. Oh no, you can always learn something. and your accent is very easy to understand, and Madame Malika, so we can understand it very easily. And on the lessons, we can slow them down. So if you were a true beginner, you could slow it down to the 0.25 or zero point 0.5. Sometimes I speed it up a little bit to
Wait,
see, okay, I know how to conjugate this verb, so
wait.
I'm going to speed it up and get to the next verb a little bit faster and just say it with you instead of answering back. So, um, so I think it has the ability to match many levels.
Merci beaucoup, Madame Geneviève. Wait, and you are so right, there's always something to learn, especially with languages, because they are cumulative. So maybe you know how to say, "Hey, I need help," but then you learn about like 5 or 10 more ways to ask the same question, and then you feel so much more confident when you do go because the way that works best for you comes back, and it just flows off the tip of your tongue. So
Yes, yes,
wait,
and you don't have to feel that you're lost. Um,
yes.
you can say, "I'm lost. How do I get to my hotel?"
Merci beaucoup, Madame Geneviève.